Evelyn to Philip, V. Mail dated September 14, 1944. Dearest Phil, it rained for the third straight day in a row, and what I mean rained. A hurricane of large proportion has hit the eastern coast, and I understand Atlantic City has been hit hard. I heard reports that Steel Pier was damaged and some of the boardwalk washed away. Today, though it rained, most of the storm consisted of a heavy wind. It wasn't raining when I went to work, and since I was rather late, I didn't have the opportunity to stop for the bottles. I feel like a heel for putting it off day after day, and I'll positively make it my business to stop for them tomorrow without fail. I've sort of caught up on my correspondence for a change, and I'm catching up on my housework little by little. I just finished ironing the kitchen curtains. I called Dot this morning and half promised to stop out there Saturday night to play gin rummy, if I'm not too tired. Yale is being transferred from Oklahoma to Denver, Colorado, as he requested. He claimed the weather in Oklahoma was detrimental to his health, and although no one else has ever been transferred for that particular reason, he was the first lucky guy. He has connections in Denver that will benefit him, and undoubtedly Shirley will now rejoin him. She has been waiting here at home to learn definitely whether or not he would be transferred. I left Adele, called Sarah, on the phone this morning, and Adele practically carried on a regular conversation with her. She told Sarah that she played in the playpen and that it was raining out, and said yes when asked if she was a good girl. I double-spaced this evening, sweet, 'cause it is very late and I'm sort of anxious to hit the hay. Darling, if only I could draw you oh so close and whisper in your ear how much I adore you. Your Ev. Evelyn to Philip, V. Mail dated September 15, 1944. Dearest Phil, at long last I bought the Pyrex bottles and a half-dozen nipples, and I shall mail the package off to you tomorrow morning along with a box of salt water taffies that Ruth got for you. The rain broke today, and we had sunshine galore, which was mighty welcome. There has been no mail for 3 days now, and I'm looking forward to receiving some either tomorrow or Monday. I am working for 4 hours tomorrow, and then I shall have from tomorrow afternoon till Wednesday afternoon, which is exactly 4 days. I have a lot of things to do in the house, but I certainly hope to find time for a little recreation this time. While purchasing the bottles and nipples, I noticed some nice invisible hair nets and bought one for 10 cents. Imagine my surprise to find out it is made in England. I've taken to wearing a net more often to keep my hair neat. I also managed to get a 10-cent box of Kleenex, and it's the first box I've been able to get in about 4 months. It is very warm today, and I can scarcely believe I had to wear my wool suit all week to keep warm. This is the weather for catching colds, but I aim to steer clear. This afternoon, just before quitting time, I had an opportunity to knock off a letter to Jack N. I sent one off to Jack S. yesterday morning, and I'm almost completely caught up on my mail. It won't last long, it never does, but I feel better knowing I did what I could. You know, honey, I like my job immensely, for it is an interesting job. What I dislike is the uncertainty of it all and the strain of having to be at a certain place at such and such a time. However, that is how it is when you have a baby, so it isn't that much of a hardship. The thing most important is that I have peace of mind financially, and sweet, if you only knew what a relief that is to me. I don't mind anything as long as my peace of mind concerning money is clear. I'm very well satisfied with our income, and though there are many things I should like to own, I am content knowing that there is a possibility of my having all those things. I'm sure the knowledge that we have some money saved and that we'll be able to plan and do some of the things we want most to do is most pleasing to you too. A long time ago, I told you that as long as I had enough money to manage without having to skimp, I would be satisfied. This would be ample proof. I haven't had the opportunity to get a gold chain for the pretty piece you sent me, but I will, honey, I will. I always did want some sort of a locket, and this is it. I have a desire to own something else, something I've always wanted, a wristwatch, a good one with a few little chips to match my rings. Just dropping a hint for someday when you can do something about it. I see I'm clean out of space, so I'll close with my usual, I adore you, my darling, and remain your Ev.